And now your host for Around Town, Jane Bouvier.
Pretty cool. And so guitar was pretty interesting to me, and in 1983 I started taking lessons and been playing ever since, so that's 31 years ago.
Wow. You don't look 31 years old.
Very nice, thank you.
And you teach down at the Clover Farm. We were just talking about how that works out when the store's open and, you know. With,
Right. I run a guitar school. We started teaching out of the Clover Farm General Store last summer. I had 0 students. Now we've grown to 35 students.
Wow.
We're really busy. I just hired an intern.
Good for you.
We've also done some fundraising stuff. Last fall we did a fundraiser for the Groton Community Children's Fund. And this past spring we raised $600 for the Florence Roche Boutwell PTA.
Oh, excellent. Good for you.
So we're trying to really partner with the community and also spread music around.
Absolutely. That's great. And you're going to be at Groton Fest this year?
Yep. Yeah, we have a booth at Groton Fest for my guitar school, so my intern and I will be there. Plus also the Summertime Jazz Trio will be playing at Groton Fest as well.
Yep, maybe we'll get you to do a couple of other little things with maybe a student or something.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Yeah, it would be awesome. What's the age range of the students?
My youngest student is 7, and my oldest is about 70.
Really?
Yeah, so we run the whole range. We have kids classes, which are about 8 to 12 years old. 7 we'll take, but sometimes the kids are just a little too small at the age to properly be able to fret notes on the guitar. And then our teens and adults are all in evening classes. Every student gets a monthly private lesson from me to make sure they're on track for their own goals. They can take as many classes as they want each week.
Really?
And we do a monthly tuition. So it's a kind of a different way to approach things, but I drew from my experience when I went to guitar school out in Los Angeles. I also took some online courses from Berkeley, and so they do classes there as well. So I really benefited from that format, so I thought it would be a great thing to share here in Groton.
When you take online courses at Berkeley, is that with one teacher, or is it a lot of people taking that course at the same time?
There's a lot of people. There can be 30 or 40 people, but basically it's watching like videos and online stuff, and you practice whatever material they ask you to do, and then in each week you record the material, you submit it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you take anything from Liv Taylor?
No, but that would have been a good thing if I could. Yes.
Yeah, because he's great. So I have a question because I'm thinking about this. If a 7 or 8-year-old child wants guitar lessons, can they actually commit for a year?
Well, our standard plan agreement is a year, though the first month is a trial kind of period, and so after a month, they typically stay. Though I do some special arrangements, with students if they make a request. But that's our standard offering as far as a year. I'm
just trying to think if the focus is, they switch from one thing. I want Star Trek, and then I want Legos, and I'm not sure the age is. Although my son Will, the actor who lives near you, he started doing acting Mrs. Fauché, Emily's mom, certainly knows this, at 5, and he stuck with it until, now. So, I mean, there are kids that have that passion.
Yes, yep. And it's important for me as a teacher to keep them engaged, keep them progressing, because sometimes students hit a wall, and so it's up to me to encourage them and help them on their journey on guitar, and so I do my best at that.
How about when the teenagers must love this?
Yeah, and actually I have a number of, you think would be mostly male-based, but actually I have a fair number of female guitar players. Yes, and so they're interested in like rock stuff, like punk, and so the teenagers love it. Yes, so that's a lot of fun. And then as far as adults go, most of my adults, well, actually I won't say that. There's kind of a spread about as far as the range, but I do have, I think I was telling you earlier, my oldest student is about 70, my next is at 66. you know, I have computer programmers who are students. You know, I have occupational therapists who are students, so it runs the gamut.
I would think, and I've thought about doing, actually my granddaughter, who's now 13, picked up the ukulele. She plays the flute in the band at school, but she picked up the ukulele. Kid just started playing music, and I thought, I could play the ukulele. So she broke her ukulele. I gave her the ukulele I bought for myself. But I'm thinking, you must have a lot of adults that have always wanted to play the guitar.
Yes. Yes.
And now this is their opportunity.
Yes.
And I'm thinking, I could do that.
Yes. No, it's never too late to start.
Yeah.
You know, like I was saying, my oldest student, he has a little bit of arthritis, so it's a challenge for him, but it's something he's always wanted to do, and so that's awesome.
Do you have a website?
Yes, I do. My guitar school is at robcampagnaguitarschool.com. So that's robcampagnaguitarschool.com.
Excellent. And worst case scenario, they can call Clover Farm and say, how do I get all this?
That's correct. That's correct.
That's great. And we're going to go, you're going to play a couple of songs for us.
Yep. Yep.
So I'm very excited about that. And I'm going to say goodnight now because I'm not going to come back.
Thanks, Jane.
And we'll see you at Grotonfest.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Before that. Thanks, Rob. Thanks for being here.
So the first song I am going to perform is requested by one of my students. It's Eruption by Van Halen. So without further ado, here we go. And the next one we're going to do is a little jazz piece. It's a jazz version of Yesterday by the Beatles.
Thank you so much. Everybody, we can applaud. You know this guy is a terrific performer.
Thank you. You guys have a great evening. Thank you very much.
Thank you.